Hello, and welcome again to Conversations with RJ. In this week's episode, we will be having conversations about the power of mentoring. My two guests will be Mr. Patrick Stoute, my mentee, and also Dr. Ellis, one of the pastors of Abundant Life Family Worship Church, mentor, and motivational speaker. Stay tuned. This is a great topic.
Hello everyone, my name is Patrick Stoute. I'm 16, I'm a sophomore. It's nice to meet you all.
He's my mentee from Big Brothers and Big Sister. I've been part of the Big Brothers Big Sister for about 3 to 4 years. It's been empowering me to just mentor Patrick. Patrick has been very encouraging to me, as well as me being encouraging to him. He has also empowered me in some of the areas that I never thought I would be empowered in. So I would like Patrick to pretty much explain how important a mentor is in a person like yourself's life.
I believe that mentoring is actually a good thing to have. A mentor is a good thing to have. It's had a positive impact on my life, especially with Mr. Ralph. He's taught me a lot of things. He's morally, with my religion, especially being a Christian, he's helped me become closer with God and explain to me different things I should do in reference to my religion. Inside school, education-wise, he's helped me keep my head in the books and people who I should interact with and who I shouldn't, and maintaining time management and stuff like that. He's taught me how to properly present myself upon people that I never met before, especially in public. We go out in public a lot, see a lot of new people, we go a lot of places, and it's always good to know how to act and how to present yourself, because you only get one first impression. That's what he taught me, and I brought that a long way.
Role model is so much different than being a mentor. A mentor is someone there to be a support, to be a listening ear, just someone that could be a support to a young man or young lady in this life.
When people ask me, how did I start with this passion for mentoring, I'm reminding of a Sunday morning, probably about 10 or 12 years ago, right here at Abundant Life. And I'll never forget that a mother walked down that aisle with a teenage son. Now, I've got to admit, this son did not want to come to the altar. And so his mother is literally dragging him to the altar. So they get to the front and they come to me. And I ask her, what is your request? What can I agree with you in prayer on? And so she says to me, this is my son. He is the oldest of 5. He's a teenager. He's not doing well in school. He's not listening to me as his mom. He's fighting with his brothers. He's not performing to his, maximum capacity. I think he's smoking, possibly having sex, and I need help. And she broke down profusely crying. And so we prayed. I prayed with them at that moment. And then afterwards, I asked them to meet me in my office. And that was the beginning of me developing a mentoring relationship. And that relationship has lasted from then until now. And I've really learned so much about the power of mentoring and how it literally transforms the lives of the young people that you encounter through the mentoring process.
I know when I went into Big Brothers and Big Sisters, the only requirement there was 4 hours per month. 4 hours per month to be a part of the program. If that means talking to your mentee on the phone or texting or taking them out, it just required 4 hours. And I had 4 hours per month that I can spend with Patrick. So that was a no-brainer. So those are some of the things that when I ask other people to become mentors or to think about, just volunteering their time for a worthy cause, they said, well, I don't have time. 4 hours per month is nothing. It's more rewarding with the experience that you receive when you're talking and when you're really having conversations with your mentee?
Honestly, starting the program, I felt as though I didn't need anybody. I felt as though I had everything down packed and that just having a mother was enough. Like I can do anything I please and I can do it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And in my case, not having a father, I live with my mom and my sister and my brother. Mr. Ralph has taken that man role per se in my life. Like if I need someone to call, he's always there. Or like if we just need to get out the house, like he's always there to pick me up, stuff like that. And like just teach me those little like little man things, like little man hints and tips and whatnot growing up that you need to know. Like if you don't have a male figure in your house, there's always that one person. That's Mr. Ralph in my life. And then the kids at school is just like, I would recommend them a mentor because when any of my other friends' moms aren't there, they need a father or another figure to turn to, a person that they can rely on when that one person that they always thought they could look forward to isn't there at that moment, you know? And sometimes just turning to your friends ain't always the answer because they don't always have the answer for you. And like, you know, but there's nothing wrong with having one parent, but you can always use one more person.
Sometimes you just need to listen and, you know, just be there for your mentee. Not always having the answers, but just being there as a support figure.
I've got to be honest with you. There are certain characteristics that are just critical when a man is considering being a mentor. First of all, you've got to be a man of character because this young man is going to be modeling his life and behavior after you. And so you want to make sure that your life is a life that's worth following. The second thing is you've got to be patient. We know that young men, they're still trying to navigate through life, trying to find out who they are, and they'll try different things and experiment with different things. And so you as an adult, you have to be patient with them and you've got to love them through their mistakes and know that no matter what, I'm in your corner and I'm going to be here for you. Then I'll say finally, you got to be a man of your word. Because if you tell this young man, I'm going to meet you on Saturday at 3, you know, you don't want this to be another situation where this young man is disappointed, sitting by his phone, waiting for his phone to ring. And once again, he's disappointed. So you want to make sure that you're a man of your word because you want to demonstrate to this young man that real men are men of their word and that he can count on you to be there and to be the support that he so desperately needs.
All right, so as you know, I'm 16 now. And as a teenager, I faced a lot of like social difficulties. One being peer pressure. If everyone around me, the people that I hang out with, indulging in activities that I shouldn't be, indulging myself in. One of them happened to be sexual intercourse at a young age. And as a Christian, that's against our religion, which is also known as fornication. And I struggle because, I want to partake in these activities, but at the same time I don't because, it's not right. And I know it's not right. But peer pressure plays a good role in my life. And like, especially being surrounded with everyone that's doing it, you find it hard, like that exit door to tell yourself no, like I can't partake in this. And then if everyone's doing it, you're trying to just like find that one person to reach out and say, no, Patrick, don't indulge in this, don't do it. And I've felt as though, with all the talks that we've had, that you led me to start making decisions for myself with peer pressure or anything, like just how to like overlook these challenges without anybody having to tell them for me.
I don't know if you knew or not, but me growing up, not having a father figure, not having that role model in my life, has brought me to this place now as far as giving back to my community, as far as giving back and being a mentor, and to encourage and to empower and to enlighten young men to be strong, to educate themselves, to have character. What do you do when no one's looking? And to, that deals with your character. When no one's looking, are you going to make those decisions? Are you going to
integrity?
Are you going to cheat? Or are you going to do whatever? So those things were instilled in me, going to church and having different mentors in church. They didn't know they were mentors, but they were imparting something in me that was real meaningful as I grew up to be an adult. And I went to college, and I had to make some really, really big decisions. And that's what I wanted to do. Going back, I said, well, listen, how can I impact? How can I empower, other young men at this age? Because at this age is very critical for you. So that's why I became a mentor and decided to do this with a lot of excitement. That's why when I met you, it was like, man, a young man that has a great desire to do the right thing, that spoke well, that wanted to do great things, and I wanted to be a part of your life. So that was one of the reasons why I was just I wanted you just to be successful. I wanted you to succeed and beat the odds, and I know you could beat the odds. So that's why I was there for you.
It was much more than having a mentor than just going out places. Like, they can teach you a lot, actually. Especially when you're missing that one role model in your life. You learn that there's always somebody that's willing to step in that place. So when you just think that you're down in the ditch and that, things have come to an end and there's nobody there for you, there's always that one person. That's what he's taught me. There's always that one person you can always look to. And because of that, our relationship has gotten so strong. When I need him, he's there. And I think our relationship turned out well. Great, actually.
Yeah.
Well would be an understatement.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest with you. I thought that mentoring was about me helping this young man. Little did I know how much my life was going to be impacted by me meeting him. And so we come in thinking that we have all the answers, we have all the wisdom, and we do in part. But I promise you, your life will be benefited just as much as his. I have grown in wisdom and experience and information to a degree, man, that I never anticipated. And so I've got to say, man, this was mutually beneficial. It wasn't just about me helping this poor kid who desperately needed a man. It was like, man, there were things in my life that he caused me to be self-reflective of. And I've just grown and developed in ways that I wouldn't have grown and developed in had our paths not crossed. And for those men that are watching this broadcast that are considering mentoring, I want to encourage you. I want to implore you to become a mentor. I don't think, this is my personal feelings, and that is, I don't think we as men have an option to mentor. I think that it is imperative. I think that it's a non-negotiable. I think that every man should be intentional about positively impacting the life of a young man that they come in contact with. They desperately need it. And we can't complain about what we're not willing to roll up our sleeves and get involved in to make it better. It gives a fulfillment that everyone's life should really experience. So I want to charge you to mentor just like I've mentored, and I promise you, your life will never be the same.
Based on the several conversations we've had with Patrick and also with Dr. Alex Ellis, I want you to be encouraged today to get involved in a young person's life, to mentor them, to empower them, to encourage them, or just to be a listening ear to them. My whole aim as far as why I'm having this conversation is to empower people, young men and young women, to be a part of other people's lives. This is a community, and I feel that you don't always have to be part of an organization like Big Brothers or Big Sister. You can take it upon yourselves to mentor your next door neighbor if you understand that they don't have a father or a father figure in their lives. You can decide to go to your local church and see a young man that's in need of someone just to have a listening ear, to be that listening ear for them. I will encourage everyone that's listening to this conversation just to be encouraged, to just walk out there and see someone that might need someone to encourage, that might need a listening ear, or someone just to talk to, just to be there for them. You're not their role model, but you're just a mentor, someone they can glean from, someone that they can actually, talk to about anything. And most of the time, I'm just listening, and I'm being encouraged. I'm listening to my mentee, and he's telling me about things that happen in school that is like, wow. And he trusts me, and he's loyal. So I've learned a lot of things for just listening and being there for someone else. So I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you enjoyed these conversations that we've been having about the power of mentoring. Thank you for visiting, and stay tuned to our next conversation with RJ.